What's up guys, this is Dean back with the promised review. Zuk has released its first flagship Z2 Pro after being bought by Lenovo, and they also released a more compact version Z2 not long after, which we're going to talk about in another video. So today, as promised, I'm going to do a detailed review of Zuk Z2 Pro, and it's pretty much based on all the questions I received in the comment section. So let's get into it. Zuk Z2 Pro comes in 4GB RAM and 64GB memory, and also the unprecedented 6GB of RAM and 128GB of memory version. Both black and white are available. At the present, it's only sold in China, but will soon be released in other regions. You can also import one from China since Zuk put almost every radio for major carriers, so you're able to use this phone across the globe. If you want more information about specifications, head over to my first video and it's all there. Now let's talk about designs. Z2 Pro is one of the most beautiful smartphones I've seen in years. Around the Z2 Pro, we have a smooth goldish metal frame with 3D glass on the back of the phone, which gives a really premium look. And it's not slippery at all. And thanks to the thin bezel on the sides, although it's a 5.2-inch display, it's very easy to handle for people who have relatively small hands like me. But the downside of the back glass panel is that it may attract fingerprints on the black model. Now if you look closely on the top of the front panel, you can see the sensors are housed together with the earpiece, almost hidden to make the front of the phone look very clean. And we also have a notification light and a front-facing camera next to it. For the white version, you hardly see any black bar around the screen. Makes it look even better when the screen is on. By the way, Z2 Pro has 2 nano SIM card slots and no room for micro SD card. Z2 Pro carries its own operating system, ZUI 1.9. It's based on Android 6.0.1 and soon will be updated to Android N. In addition, the Chinese version doesn't have stock Google apps, so you might have to install yourself. The UI is very neat and simple on Z2 Pro. No app drawers just like iOS. You can uninstall almost half of the built-in apps. And if you don't like the stock system, Zuk provides unlock bootloader service in case you want a fresh CyanogenMod or any other custom ROMs. Now I want to talk about the U-Touch button, which is the only button on the front panel. And you can do almost everything with it. Tap once to go back, press once to go to the home screen, press twice to see the recent apps, and swipe to switch to recent apps. Of course, there are more customized settings. You can press twice, long press, or long tap to open apps, open camera, show notification, etc. The fingerprint scanner is also on the U-Touch button. It has 0.1 second unlock speed, but to be honest, who can tell the minor difference? I'm just gonna tell you it's really fast. Also, you can add at most 5 fingerprints. The most interesting feature of the phone, I have to say, is the heart rate sensor. You can measure your heart rate and SpO2, which is the amount of the oxygen in your blood, by putting your finger on the back of the phone for approximately 30 seconds. Well, I'm not a heavy game player, but I tried several graphically intensive games on Z2 Pro. And as expected, everything went really smooth, no lagging whatsoever. While Snapdragon 820 is the best processor on the market, so I'm not that surprised. But one thing I do notice is the device turned really warm after the games, especially the metal mid-frame. On a scale of 1 to 10 with 10 being the warmest, I go for 6. By the way, since Z2 Pro only has one speaker at the bottom, the sound quality isn't as good as those with 2 front-facing speakers, but totally acceptable if it's up to me. In terms of camera, Z2 Pro has a 13 megapixel camera using customized sensor from Samsung. The camera UI is quite straightforward. You even have to go to system settings to change the resolution and stuff, and also doesn't support RAW format even though the sensor is supposed to. However, I have to say I'm really satisfied with the camera performance. I took 2 sets of pictures with and without HDR on, so let's have a look. Camera performance in low light is also a big surprise. Z2 Pro also supports 4K video recording with the internal mic, and it's a bit windy today, so I hope you can still hear my voice. And 960 FPS slow motion. In terms of battery life, Z2 Pro has 3100 mAh battery, resulting in 8 hours and 2 minutes in the traditional Geekbench 3 for battery to drop from 100% to 4%, just a bit above the cutoff line. And it also takes 1.5 hours to be fully charged. In a real-life scenario, I get nearly 5 hours screen on time by mainly playing games and recording videos with 100% brightness and Wi-Fi on the whole time. At the end, I want to show you some benchmark results for those of you who find it important. And some people ask me to choose between Xiaomi Mi 5 and Zuk Z2 Pro. Well, first of all, they're both fantastic phones. They both have top hardware. But when it comes to design, I would definitely go for Z2 Pro. That is if you don't mind the missing NFC and the IR sensor. So thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day.